Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Ari Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
There's one over here. Okay, so we didn't even get to finish the first paragraph, but we're moving on now. The Hagdama of the Mechaber, the Ramchal, to say for the Mesilas Yesharim, and we discussed how we have to remember the things that are mefursam, the things that are very, very obvious, the most obvious things in the world, but we have to do chazara. We have to put them in the forefront of our mind. And that's what he says, Keneged masha amizas geluyim lekol kacha eli mehem matzui ma'od v'ashich. The things that are the most clear, the most emezik, are the ones that we need to continuously work on because they're the things that we forget. Things that are obvious, there's no reason to do chazara on, right? Comes along the Ramchal and says, no. The things that are the most obvious to us, we have to do chazara on because the point isn't that it should be clear. The point is that we should be living it. And there's a big, big gap between your brain and your heart. There's a big gap between knowing something is true and living it. We might go to Rav Dov Landau and hear from the Gadol Ador that you cannot go to the army. You cannot. It is a sakonas nefashos. A person can lose his entire olam haba like that. But then when push comes to shove and you get that phone call and they're pressuring you, they're threatening you, and if you don't come, we're going to do this and we're going to arrest you and we're going to do this and that to you. That's where that clarity has to now become reality. We have to take that, which is so clear. It's so clear, but now you have to live it. That's where that big gap is. So that's why, says the Mesilas Yesharim, that's why a person has to go over it. That's why I said in the beginning of the last time we had this shiur, which was last week, that's why this is the most important paragraph in the whole Sefer. Because he's not telling you what to learn. He's not telling you the information. He's telling you how. He's talking about how the information has to become part of you. Because that's what makes the difference. It's not knowing the information. It's living the information. That's why doing this one time, reading the Sefer one time, you're not going to get very much out of it. It's very possible you will not find any chidushin. If we're learning the Sefer to find the chidush, you might not find any chidushim. You're learning the Sefer in order to get more ideas, more knowledge. You already have all the knowledge. Not more knowledge that comes with it. You might find only a little bit that you didn't know. Certain things you didn't know, and now you know them. Only very little bit. That's what you're going to get from the Sefer? No. What is the main point of the Sefer? The main point of the Sefer is to go over it again and again. Stick with it consistently, constantly, because that's how you change your life. Yes, it might be very pashut. The pashtus is in your head. The simpleness of it is in your head. Now am I actually living it? There are many, many svarim after the Ramchal that took this form of this tzura, this way of approach in order to express the same idea. You want to get something from the Sefer. It's not good enough just to get information. You need to start living it. And how do you do that? You know how you do it? By repeating it again and again, going over it, thinking about it, day after day. That's the way you do it. Anytime you want to put something into your heart and start living that way, that's what you have to do. You have to do constant review. I know it's true, but I have to live it that it's true. Because then you'll remember. Then you will remember what a person normally, people forget, beteva. And then he'll start thinking about, really, what do I have to do with my life? There's so many people putting so much effort into making their bank account big, and they're not putting enough effort into making themselves big. That's what we have to do. It's much, much harder. They say it's easier to learn all of Shas than to change one midah. Because to learn all of Shas, it's all in your head. To change one midah, you're making it part of yourself. Okay, we're going to stop over here.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.